Representative Chaffetz, you're recognized for your bill, if you'd please.
Thank you, Chairman Bishop and Ranking Member Grijalva. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about H.R. 250, which would reform the Antiquities Act of 1906 by requiring congressional approval of any national monument designated by the President. Under current law, the President can unilaterally designate national monuments on federal land outside of Alaska or Wyoming without any check or balance from the United States Congress. Congress passed the Antiquities Act in 1906 with the intent of preserving archaeological sites, mainly Indian ruins and artifacts, on small parcels of land that required immediate protection. Unfortunately, presidents have used the Antiquities Act for purposes clearly beyond its original intent of preserving small parcels of land containing Indian artifacts that were being looted and vandalized and required immediate protection. For example, just weeks before the 1996 election, President Clinton designated more than 1.7 million acres. That's a lot of land. It was more than 1.7 million acres of BLM land in Utah that was designated suddenly overnight, literally overnight, as a national monument. This massive national monument was created by executive order without any congressional approval and without the input of the governor of Utah or local government officials, and certainly without the public. In 2010, a leaked Department of Interior memo revealed that the Obama administration was considering designating 14 new national monuments in 9 states. Opponents of this bill may argue that the Antiquities Act was used to protect the Grand Canyon or Devil's Tower or some of the other national treasures in this country. However, unilateral presidential action is not required to protect federal land. The President and Congress have worked together over the past several decades to create numerous national parks, national monuments, and wilderness areas. H.R. 250 is not intended to stop the creation of national monuments. The bill simply seeks to add transparency, oversight, and a debate to the process of designating national monuments. What we're arguing for is public participation, public input, a discussion. And those that would stand in opposition of H.R. 250 are arguing, therefore, no debate, no discussion. What we're simply saying is there should be a concurrence of Congress. This is a body that should, with presidential leadership, function and have a discussion on things that are going to affect real people's lives. Reform of the Antiquities Act is long overdue. One of the fundamental principles of the Constitution is a system of checks and balances, and this principle should be extended to the creation of national monuments. Again, H.R. 250 is intended to have more public debate. That's all we're arguing for. Let the Congress have some input. Let the people's lives who are affected have some input. In Utah, nearly 70% of our land is owned by the federal and state government. I have counties in the state of Utah that are more than 93% owned by the federal government. I have a county in Utah, Emery County, it's larger than the size of Connecticut. We have got to have some certainty in this process, and if you don't allow people who love and care and live in this land the opportunity to participate, then we are doing something that is terribly irresponsible. Again, there are many pieces of land that should be preserved forever. And I'm willing to participate in that discussion, but H.R. 250 is needed. It may be good when your president is the president, but what if somebody else came along that you didn't agree with? Of course the Congress is supposed to be set up to have that sort of effort, to have that sort of input. So again, Mr. Chairman, the ranking member, I appreciate the consideration of H.R. 250. I think this is long overdue. It certainly is warranted, and will give a much more balanced approach to this process. I thank you all, and I yield back.